Yeah, so it's gonna be great to see these two duke it out. Especially even saying that he was watching Trap's POV.
Yeah, we're actually bantering a little bit here in the chat, Trap and even like, how would you like to cheese this game? Nore Song Moya, specialist saying here, Romanized. Nore Juseo.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm expanding from Spanish into Korean, but Romanized Korean.
I mean, we were just talking about how both these players, like, they have some history and they're both friends. And I mean, Special was even watching Traps' stream, like, commenting on his music of choice. But yeah, these two friends are going to be duking it out here, and this is going to be a great TvP.
Definitely will. Mi Manare says the player who is not in the bottom right hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map on Death Aura LE. Daily, of course, standing for Leopold Experience. Leopold Experience. That's when you get a Leopold keyboard. And I was wondering why you were here, but I was actually on E-News POV. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is going to be doing this for his boy. His boy somewhere in the audience, that being Gemini, representing Jin Air Greenwings Jaguar. We have Trap.
What? It's a Rax. It's not even an NG bay or a bunker. It's a Rax.
That's how you know Special has minerals to throw around.
Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, going for that Rax block question mark. We have the South Korean, the Mexican Terran player, currently representing Exxon Gaming, doing it for the father of his child. True, it is SpeCial.
Well, you say you Freudian slipped Korean there, Light, and I think the reason for that is, SpeCial, he has been lawyering up. He has been wanting to stay in Korea, and this is actually not a joke. SpeCial, as we all know, the visas have expired for a lot of foreign pros who have been staying in South Korea. And so, Jake, he packed up the foreigner team house. Scarlett, she had to go back to Canada. I think a lot of the rest of them go back to their respective countries. But SpeCial, he kind of had to do that, but instead he said, no, I like this training environment. I want to get better and better. I want to stay with, my boys, TY, and if he comes out of military, true. So I'm going to actually hire a lawyer to see what things can get done. Yeah. And with that, SpeCial is basically the only foreigner who's still in Korea.
He pretty much is. There are a couple of others, but again, they are a little bit less notable. Like State is still in Korea, but he's not really a player anymore. But
Artos is tasteless.
Yeah, Artos isn't tasteless. But yeah, especially he's been looking for ways to being able to stay in the country. One of them, of course, we were alluding to the fact the father of his child looking to maybe marry in and then get a green card or something, but. Oh god, unfortunately he has to wait for True to get out of the military first for that to happen.
And he does, but you know what? Once that happens, he's set. He's set for life.
He's set, mate. He's ready to go.
And speaking of ready to go, Trap being very aggressive in this opening right now. This is such a long delay. Even keeping the probe here just to maybe act as a little bit of a buffer for these steps. Yeah,
I love it. Trap giving SpeCial a taste of his own medicine. SpeCial was delaying the Nexus of Trap earlier this game, and now Trap doing the same to the CC.
It's beautiful. Karmic justice, you could say.
Yeah, you definitely could, as eventually the two adepts do get cleaned up, but they did delay the CC for quite some time, or even a Stalker out here. My god.
Very aggressively done right now from Trap. Not really what I would have expected from Trap. I think he does skew a little bit towards the stats axis of Protoss players, but Yeah, he's really showing that a great defense is a fantastic offense.
Oh my, and we do see that Trap, he did go for a Stargate opening, but the first Oracle is here dealing with the Hellion and the Reaper, as he didn't really have any other unit here defensively. Meanwhile, wow, going for a very fast third Nexus.
Jesus, and I'm just looking at the tech right now from Trap. He's going for a very quick third Nexus, but so far, a Stargate and a Twilight Council for Blink. I was expecting to see maybe a quick Robo Facility and maybe a Robo Bay behind us, but yeah, I wonder how this is going to play out.
Oh. Yeah, and we'll see as this opener for Trap. I love how aggressive he's being with so little. I say I love it. As long as he is able to keep the majority of his units alive, we'll see as...
Yeah, these Stalkers are locked on! One of them already being taken out, another one. That's 50%.
That is...
And once again, you gotta look at that army discrepancy right now.
Exactly, like, again, SpeCial, like, he is down when it comes to his economy, but he's up when it comes to his army. Like, he's got his Cyclones, he's got a decent amount of Marines, he's got a Banshee headed across the map with Cloak as well, just finishing up.
Exactly, and he is continuing the Cyclone production. He wants to be aggressive right now. He is zooming across the map with those Cyclones and with those Marines and continuing the Rally Factory.
Yeah, and he will be able to take out that proxy pylon. Oh no, actually he decides to, okay, there we go. He goes back for it. He's going to be trying to deal with it. He has to be careful. There are no medevacs with this army, and against Blink Stalkers,
yeah, not a lot of micro potential.
Yeah, and there's plenty of micro potential for Trap.
Yeah, thanks to the Blink there, and there we have it. Blink's right on top of the Cyclones, takes both of them out, and these Marines are in no fighting position. These Stalkers are just going to have a great time kiting away, not even kiting. They have armor.
Yeah, exactly. Really nice micro. They're able to keep all of his Stalkers alive there in that engagement, and he immediately just swallows the army of SpeCial, and he's getting away with his third Nexus. You know, he's got double Forge thrown down as well, so he can work on double upgrades and just, you know, really nicely, yeah, just get into the mid game off of 3 gateways.
As a Terran player, this is my nightmare. I'm feeling a little breathless right now. Like, Trap, he is in a position where he can make 3 probes at a time, chronoing them out, and with these upgrades, he's getting charged on top of this.
Oh my god!
Oh, SpeCial is gonna have to do something big.
Yeah, he definitely has to, and you know, something that just happened was that one of the Banshees was taken out for free. The second one actually dealing some decent damage, forcing all the probes off of the mineral line, and this is exactly what he needs to do to try and stem the economy of Trap so he doesn't get away with all of this greed.
Exactly. I feel like if SpeCial decides to go for a big push or a Doom drop, it is not going to work out for him. What he needs to do is have a lot of little harasses like this, and hopefully have them stack up. He himself is on a third base, so he will be a triple CC production with mules. So, you know, SpeCial, he's not lagging behind too much in the economy. What he really needs to catch up on is that tech.
Yeah, he needs to catch up on the tech. He needs to catch up with the upgrades as well, as again we have 2 upgrades on the way at the same time for Trap. And oh, it looks like he's confident enough, and we see why he does have Phoenix out to help deal with the Banshee, and that gives Trap the freedom to now push out with his entire army. And we'll see how SpeCial is defensively. Like, he has a pretty nice tank spread. I would have loved if we had a tank on the high ground as well, but
yeah, going for an interesting mix of mech this game. SpeCial is a bit of a siege battle mech fusion, if you will, and I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, but we'll see.
Yeah, SpeCial, he's one of these players who is known for, or has dabbled in mech versus Protoss, and he's going for it, but oh my god, Trap doesn't even care.
Protoss army ignores the Terran army.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? You're not quite in position there. And SpeCial, it looks like he will be able to, you know, prevent Trap from going into the main, or maybe not. These Zealots, they are beefy. They are charging on forward. Blue Flame not quite done yet.
Oh my
god.
god.
And the Blink right on top of the tanks. This should not be the end of the game, but this is a lot of damage. That's actually the end of the game. GG. A follow-up warp in from Trap just seals the deal.
Exactly, like the majority of the army of SpeCial was taken out. He did have a bunch of tanks there on the low ground at the third base location, but those zealots, they immediately dealt with it. And SpeCial, we didn't really get to talk about it much, but he had like what, I think there was 7 factories there, 5 to 7 factories for SpeCial. He was going for that mech style, which we've seen him and TY dabble in, but very rarely do we see like success.
It's always 50-50 whether they succeed or not. In best case scenario, you get a game where the Protoss player goes basically just gateway units and runs right into a siege line, right? Worst case scenario, they actually build a robo army with Archons and you just walk in and you're like, oh, these tanks? Yeah, they tickle a little bit. And speaking of tickling a little bit, Last Hope 88, thank you very much for the resub. Tickling at Light's wallet a little bit there, making it so that we are support for my sellout app crashed. Hold up. Making it so that we can continue to provide casts like this and also run other tournaments, which I guess we'll talk about at the end of today.
Yes, thank you so much, Last Hope 88. We really appreciate the support. You okay, yeah.
See, the thing is, like, if I don't sell out for like a week, I just forget how to.
I think we've learned that if you don't cast for a week in general, you just break down entirely.
I do. I pretty much do.
Oh god. But we're getting back into the swing of things. I also want to give a special shout out, as we do have a special caster with us in spirit, with us in the lobby. Shout out to Enki, as for the first time in a very long time, we finally have a Spanish stream here for ESL Open Cup Asia.
Dude.
It's been months. It's been so long. I don't know what's wrong with his sleep schedule, but he's awake.
Dude.
Viva la. What's the Spanish phrase? We are now gonna be in Ice and Chrome. Hashtag the Chrome is lie. Hashtag where's the Chrome. Hashtag it is in their iced coffee. We are now looking at the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way to the bottom left-hand corner map, where we have the blue Protoss player coming down from the land of South Korea. He is doing this all for his boy, G Gemini. Representing Generic Greenwings Jaguar, we have Trap.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, trying to fake a proxy right now with a Rax that's kind of out of the base, but not really out of the base. We'll see if it's able to trick his opponents. We have the Mexican Terran player currently representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial.
And that's probably why he meant mech last game, because he's on the Exxon mobile team.
Yeah. And Trap, he is finally going out with his scouting probe. Again, we'll see if he is tricked by this, but I don't know. Like the scout is relatively like late, like it isn't early or anything like that. So it's gonna get there, and there's already gonna be production there. So.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Trap, he might see the factory building and then just think there might be a barracks somewhere, but I think Trap he's played enough games in StarCraft 2 that he knows that, you know, if SpeCial did actually proxy the racks, he'd have known about it by now.
Yeah.
Something would have hit him.
Definitely, and I mean, especially he will have 2 Reapers available to him. He's actually committing to the Reaper play, so...
Interesting.
Yeah, we could see him being fairly aggressive regardless.
Yeah, he's getting hyped for Bjorn. The comeback. He does want to, show his support and build a couple of Reapers more than usual.
Game 1, he played like TY. Game 2, he's gonna play a little bit more like Bjorn, and we'll see where Game 3 will take him. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, so these players do have a little bit more leeway to experiment and explore with their builds. Obviously, losing Game 1 was rough for SpeCial, but not as big of a deal as it would have been if it was a best of 3. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
That we will. I may have realized what the phrase was. But speaking of which, Trap not going to be living up to his name as the Wing Commander, instead opting for an Oracle first.
Ooh.
Now, what are we going to see after the Oracle is always the question that that is asked.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I still feel like even though the Void Rays got buffed, like there is still a lot of value in Phoenixes, especially against Terran. Like, you know, picking up, lifting up tanks as well as dealing with drops. Like, it can be quite useful. I would love to see some Void Ray play personally, but before we get to that, we do see 3 Reapers here for SpeCial getting into the main. Oh god.
KD8 charge actually pushing them off the cliff right there.
Yeah, Jesus.
And with that, these Reapers, they're so low. The Oracle cleaning them out. This is going to be tilting if you're SpeCial right now. Cannot even imagine how he's feeling.
That was rough. Just nothing went right there for SpeCial. Like, he grenaded himself, and then the Oracle comes out and just kills everything, so they get nothing. They don't even get a scout. Oh.
Hellions go in, and they are having a barbecue. They are avenging their fallen comrades there. 5 probes go down. Can we get a 6? We do get a 6. And not bad damage. I mean, I think SpeCial might have been hoping for more, but honestly, this is not bad. He gets some scouting information. He gets 6 probes down.
Exactly.
He sold this game.
Like, surprisingly, that one lone Hellion that was barely alive went all the way into the main base and he saw everything in the main. So that was really nicely done for SpeCial. Like, despite the Reapers not doing anything, it did give an opportunity for the Hellions to get into the main base. And maybe that was his plan all along, you know? Like, distract Trap, you know, get him in a false sense of security, and then the Hellions get in, and now the 1-2 punch, the Banshee does get in as well.
It does. 6 out a couple of more probes, making the worker count a lot more even now. To be fair, SpeCial hasn't really been losing SCVs, but he is aware who he's up against. Trap, he does like to go for a bit of a more greedy defensive style, or I should say an economic defensive style. So SpeCial, he really knows that he's got to do damage earlier on to prevent the snowball from turning into an avalanche.
Exactly. Like, we do have this other Banshee coming out as well. We do see SpeCial. He is working on his production. He's getting 2 NGVs this time, as well as his 3rd CC up and running. So he is working on that macro. And yeah, we'll see what he's able to get away with here, as Trap himself hasn't really been able to do too much. He does have 2 Oracles so far, but he hasn't gone across the map with them.
Yeah, being a little more conservative with them. I'm not too sure why. I guess maybe he just wants a Revelation ready in case the Banshees come back, which is kind of the case. That is kind of what SpeCial is doing right now.
Yeah, like, again, the Oracles, they're patrolling, like, they're looking for drops, they're looking for Banshees, anything really. Like, Trap, he's not concerned about, like, being aggressive and dealing damage across the map. He just wants to be safe. Playing a little bit more like stats this game.
Yeah. That is typically where he skews on the axis. It was interesting to see him follow the Zest axis, the previous game.
I was about to say that
Game 3, he's gonna take a page out of Patience.
Game 1, you're like, yeah, he normally falls in the Zest axis, and now this time, yeah, he normally falls on the stats axis.
No, I said the stats. Did I say? Wait, did I say he falls on the Zest axis?
You said Zest in Game 1.
Did I? Oh.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you know, Trap, he does normally fall on the Zest axis.
Yeah, he normally falls on the Patience axis, if you will.
But this time he's playing more on the stats axis, which, you know, it is usually where he's at. Game number 3, I'm thinking we should see him more on the Patience axis, which, again, that's where he likes to play. Or how he likes to play.
That's what he's known for, really. We do see this little bit of a dance between the Oracles and the main army of SpeCial. Meanwhile, again, I've just been waiting for this Banshee to go in. We've just been chilling for a while.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, like, he's just been chilling for a while. It's like, oh my god. Eventually, he's gonna go in when I finally, like, forget about it. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah. Well, I will keep my eye on the minimap for you here, Light. Meanwhile, Trap, he is taking the initiative. He wants to make use of that blink. His +1 weapons is just about to finish up. War Prism is going to meet this army with some chargelets.
Oh, yeah.
And SpeCial's in a bit of a precarious position.
Oh, and he's finally going in.
It's a Banshee! I said I would look at the minimap. I'm sorry, Light. I failed.
It's fine. Didn't get any kills yet. He went straight here, and he ends up getting only one probe before getting taken out. Yeah. Oof. I'm surprised
that Trap again, untouched economy.
Yeah, untouched, unbroken, and we do see he is reinforcing more here, but oh, it's SpeCial, he wants this fight.
He does want this fight, and that's a beautiful Dorito dusting. He knows that he has the advantage so long as he's able to take this, even gets a Warp Prism. SpeCial, he is riding a wave of Dorito momentum right now. And if he can continue rallying across the map, I think he should be able to take it.
Exactly, some crucial thing that Trap is missing is where's the AoE? Where's the Colossus? Where's the Disruptor? Where's the Archons or Storm or anything? He just has nothing but gateway units.
He expected this to be a lot more like Game 1. He thought SpeCial was going to be over-making those tanks. But as it turns out, SpeCial, he is not a one-trick. He can do mech, he can do bio. And the bio is actually being it's in a bit of trouble right now.
Oh yeah, it's being thinned out.
Never underestimate the chargelets.
Exactly, the chargelets were able to get on top of the tank, on top of the bio, everything gets cleaned up, and SpeCial gets pushed away without dealing any economic damage whatsoever. Trap, he is getting
painful.
Yeah, he's getting his 4th base up.
And you were asking for it, like the Colossus just about to pop right now for Trap. I want to point out there, SpeCial needed his entire army as well as that anti-armor missile to be able to clear out Trap. And now that he's lost his army, let me just take a look at his last tab. He's lost his Raven. He is playing catch-up from the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, like there was definitely an opportunity there for SpeCial, but like Trap, we were talking about it, he's playing a little bit like stats, like defensively, even without shield batteries, like he was able to hold on to his 4th base. Now that he's getting AoE, like Trap's army, it's getting a little bit more well-rounded, like it's getting more solid, if you will, and it's going to be more difficult for SpeCial to engage.
Very much will, which is why SpeCial is not going to bother for the time being. Is building up his army count, making sure he has a nice count of Vikings. Trap already diversifying that AoE, going into disruptors there. Trap does scout this 4th base.
I love this, like especially the disruptor option. It does mean that like something like High Templar Storm is amazing, but it is very vulnerable to EMPs. And we do see like SpeCial, he's already getting ghosts, like he's already anticipating. Or I mean, EMPs are good regardless against a Protoss army, but that's all the more important that disruptors were chosen instead.
It really is. I mean, the way I see it is, if you EMP the disruptors, you make it a little bit easier for you to try to snipe them, but it is not an instant cancel like EMP on High Templar are.
Yeah. So
all right, posturing around, waiting for round 2.
Yeah, we do see Trap. He's sending out like a large number of units, like he has his main army covering his bases. He's sending a bunch of zealots to harass, as well as this War Prism as well. SpeCial, he himself, like he has some sensor towers in position, to try and catch any kind of run by. He has the ghosts out for EMPs, and yeah, we'll see how the dance goes, like when it comes to like the EMPs versus like the disruptor shots. Oh boy.
Here comes SpeCial. Where is the split? Immediately a massive chunk of the bio that's taken out, and Trap. I'm not even sure what to say at this point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Zealots in the north are cleaning out the Sturt base. The Planetary not even done here. SpeCial throwing down some EMPs just to see whatever he can get done. They do land on sentries, which does help out a bit.
That they do, but
not enough. GG's call. Trap gonna be taking game number 2 already on match point.
Jesus Christ. And just like that, SpeCial for one split second was not paying attention. He was not looking. And just like that, one disruptor shot goes off, takes out a huge chunk of his army. And then after that, he was forced to retreat. His planetary wasn't done, as you were saying. Like if it was done, maybe he would have been able to hold on there at his base. But he was being pulled apart as well. Like there was a massive zealot run by. Like Trap was just dominant.
Absolutely dominant there. And it looked like he was going to be in a lot of trouble after that counterattack coming in from SpeCial, but in the end, like, what do we always say?
What?
Never underestimate the chargelets.
That's exactly what we say, and oh my god.
I'm being a bit more polite than I normally am, because, we're on a broadcast, but never underestimate the chargelets.
Yeah, chargelets, they're pretty good. They're pretty good in multiple scenarios, and oh yeah, again, especially it did look like he had a couple of opportunities, but again, Trap, it felt like he solely focused on his defense up until the point where he had 4 bases up and running, then he just pushed out and he had exactly what he needed. And yeah, now Trap, he's on match point.
One more map, and he goes into the finals.
Yeah.
It's looking like we're getting that PvP.
Yep. Yeah, it's right now it's looking quite possible. Everyone in the chat, give your energy right now to Juanito. Spam those Doritos. He needs everything, all of your energy right now to try and start that reverse sweep.
That would just be amazing, like.
Not just Juanito,
And we've got
like
Enki in the lobby as well.
exactly, like the Spanish broadcasters here as well, cheering on his player, and like it's not just for SpeCial, but it's to deny the PvP.
Exactly. And I have a feeling that, you know, Enki, he's cheering for his Mexican boy, but Inu, he's also cheering for his Korean boy, that being SpeCial. Can see us both. Anyway, enough about that. We are now on Eternal Empire, LE, Ile, where in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, we have the blue Protoss player coming all the way from the land of South Korea. He is the wing commander himself, taking 2 games already in dominant fashion. Is he going to make this a clean sweep? Representing Generic Green Wings Jaguar, we have Trap.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Mexican Terran player currently representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial.
Now, the question is, what are we seeing from Trap? Actually, what are we going to see from SpeCial? Going to be denying all of this scouting information.
Ooh, SpeCial playing like time right now this time. And yeah, he does, you know, throw down that that depot, and it does deny the scouting for Trap. We'll see if SpeCial, if he's just doing that for mind games, or if he's actually, you know, tempted to do something a little bit cheeky.
Well, it's looking like there is a lack of a second base.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see what SpeCial does, because again, time, he's known for doing this even when he doesn't intend to hide any kind of special tech, just to, like, you know, keep his opponent on his toes. So really there's no reason not to do that. And yeah, we'll see what SpeCial does here. Again, it looks like he is opting to go for a higher Reaper count. We did see how that didn't really work out for him in game number 2, but, you know, again, I'm sure that he learned from that, and we shouldn't see a repeat from that.
Yeah, at least not in this game, at least. SpeCial actually playing it out very safely right now, going for that factory expand.
Yeah, and he, you know, we do see these 2 Reapers. We're going to see a Hellion as well. I imagine he's going to push out and try and deal some damage. But yeah, he's going for that expansion, as you were saying, going for the 1-1-1. And yeah, I mean, so far every single game we've seen him go for Banshees. I don't think we've seen SpeCial go for a Widowmine drop. I don't really know if that's really his style. I say that, it's making a Widowmine.
It's making a Widowmine, exactly.
Yeah.
And building that starport.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah. I also like the Reaper Hellion. It's a very maneuverable form of scouting, and also surprisingly high damage against probes. Yeah. Well, I say surprisingly, but...
Yeah, definitely. But again, the defense from Trap with the 2 Stalkers, with the shield battery, with the sentry as well, he's able to push away the army. I was about to say that, like, potentially SpeCial could dive on top of the sentry and kill that, but again, Trap was able to defend it.
The shield battery there, yeah.
Exactly. Trap was able to defend it quite well, and yeah, he even walls off.
And if that, SpeCial in a very precarious situation right now. It is a good thing that he is going for that Widowmine drop, as these between the Stalkers and the Sentries, he is getting no scouting information.
Yeah, none whatsoever. So he's relying a lot on this Widowmine drop, not to just deal damage, but as you're saying, also for that scouting information, also to see what his opponent is going for. As we see Trap, he is going for Blink.
Yeah, the most versatile opening you can probably go for as Protoss, at least in the PvT. And SpeCial actually going for that armory. Wait, I have to check this real quick. Okay, he didn't go for drilling claws, just the armory.
Yes, that does mean that, you know, these Widow Mines, they can just kind of chill and be here for quite some time. I say that, but there is an observer on the way, so eventually we'll get cleaned up. I do think that it should get one more shut off before that happens.
We'll see. The observer's already here.
Oof.
And does get taken out, but SpeCial, he did keep one of his mines in the medevac. And he's trying to go for round 2, but Trap already posturing.
Oh, yeah, especially...
And he's keeping his eye on that medevac.
Yeah, it's so tempting, especially he's trying to find an opening, a way in to be able to drop that Widow Mine, but Trappy's just on top of it, and he doesn't let that happen. Meanwhile, though, oh, it looks like one of the Widow Mines was able to get into the main base, only getting 2 probes, though.
Yeah, but with that mine being in position, SpeCial, he does see the forge, he does see the Robo Bay. Actually, did he see the Robo Bay? He should have seen it, right? Oh, maybe not. Still out of position.
Yeah, he did not.
He did. Okay, he did not.
Yeah, he did not. Oh boy. So yeah, he is not aware of that. He's not aware of the potential Colossus Sword Disruptor coming out on the side of Trap, and yeah, we'll see if that comes into play here as Trap is looking to be aggressive here with his Blink Stalkers. Oh,
exactly, and it already gets a Raven out.
Wow.
And again, Interference Matrix, when you're going up against a Colossus player, invaluable. SpeCial, this is not looking too good for him, to say the least.
Yeah, the Stalkers are just getting so much value right now, just shaving off the Marine count. Like, there was so many to begin with, but already almost completely reset, able to snipe off that Raven as well.
But I will say this about SpeCial, though. With a very quick scan, he immediately saw that observer, scanned, took it out. He is preventing any high ground vision from Trap. It could have been so easy for him to blink right into the main and potentially just end the game right there.
Yeah, definitely.
But SpeCial, he was aware.
Yeah, if high ground vision was available, then potentially the Stalkers would have blinked into the main base, it would have been able to snipe the tank and then just wreak havoc, as there would have been nothing to stop him from continuing on to apply his pressure. But he was able to get that observer. He is able to survive and, you know, able to establish his third base. Meanwhile, the AoE of choice has been decided by Trap. He is going for the extended thermal lance. He's going for Colossus, and yeah, again, as you were saying, like, SpeCial, he needed that Raven.
PTSD. He really did. And Trap, this is what happens when the Protoss player is just completely unhindered. Immediately techs up to a Templar Archives after getting the Colossus. Already working on diversifying that AoE. SpeCial, he's not in a bad place economically, but he did decide to go mech. And I am skeptical, like, I am very skeptical.
I feel like
especially against chargelets.
Yeah, we're all always skeptical when we see mech versus Protoss. It's one of those things where you hear, like, I feel like we never see it work, but there's a reason why people do it, right? So it's like, I mean, it's got to take games every now and then. Like, it takes a while, but yeah, we'll see how SpeCial does. As you were saying, like, against chargelets, it's not really ideal. We saw how that went in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Flame Hellbats, they do decent against chargelets, but when you have the Archon backup with the Corruptors? No, Colossus as well,
yeah,
it becomes even more tricky.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how, you know, Trap deals with this. We'll see how SpeCial, you know, is able to execute this as well. Again, we don't really get to see this too often.
Yeah, we really don't, but this is a pretty scary looking siege line.
Yeah, defensively. Yeah,
the wall
definitely.
Is holding up.
Yeah, like defensively, like I feel like this is where SpeCial will excel. And especially on this map, like he's, you know, walled off his natural, he's walled off here as well at his third base. Like defensively, like he should be fine. Like that's where he wants to be. But
I'm waiting for Trap to get a bit of a scout in the natural base and realize that, oh, there's a blind spot here where the tanks aren't in range.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely opportunities for Trap to try and engage and try and sneak in and crack this quote-unquote shield of SpeCial. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, as we do see the Observer is poking in, so Trap, he does get a glimpse of what the tank line is looking like.
Yeah, he would have to be extra kind of mad to try to engage into that. He would have to be on the patience spectrum.
I was about to say the same
axis.
thing.
The y-axis, if you will. SpeCial trying to go out for a bit of harassment, but Trap will be able to catch this. Oh, I like this. Trap almost getting baited into the siege line, but he backs away.
Yeah, but this is an opportunity for Trap. You know, we do see SpeCial. He's trying to expand.
He knows he's on siege. But very quickly sieges up.
Yeah.
And this is the most maneuverable or mobile army that Protoss can make.
Exactly.
It's hard to really pounce on top of these tanks before they siege up.
I'm a little bit concerned because I feel like Trap, he is missing more zealots. Like, zealots are what you need against this kind of army to tank the tank shots and get on top of the army. Meanwhile, at the same time, we do have this drop coming out from SpeCial. Oh.
A bit of damage here and there. Can really hurting things.
Yeah.
But delays the mining for a while.
Meanwhile, the main army... Trap is trying to push on in, and I mean, it's denying the fourth base for now. He's trying to push on into the tank line. I don't know if this is the best idea for Trap.
It absolutely is not. He saw that the buffer went down, and he tried to go for the juicy tanks, but he made a mistake. He tried to go up a ramp where every single tank was sieged up.
Yeah, there were even tanks here on the high ground as well, just shelling away at everything that Trap had, and because of that, he lost all of his Colossus and the majority of his army as well. And I mean, he's continuing to try and apply pressure here. He does have 2 Immortals in this War Prism. There is very limited to 0 anti-air, actually.
There very much so is.
Oh, but this one Cyclone, though.
But in one Cyclone, that's all you need.
Wow.
And Magfield Accelerator does take out 2 Immortals as well as a War Prism.
Jesus Christ. That was exactly what SpeCial needed, and he completely shut down the push of Trap. And now finally, for the first time in this series, in this best of 5, SpeCial, he's well ahead in terms of army supply. He has 4 bases, and now he can finally push out. Like, look at the insane amount of tanks he has.
It is absolutely massive. You know, Trap, he is still trying to be a little bit active here, trying to maybe catch some reinforcements, or ideally make SpeCial go back home, but I really don't think this is gonna cut it.
Yeah, I hope SpeCial doesn't turn around. Like, this is a really nice opportunity for SpeCial to just go and end the game. And Trap, he's trying his best to pull away the attention of SpeCial, but SpeCial, he's having none of it. He's not stopping.
He knows how ahead he is in terms of the army. He knows how hard it's gonna be for Trap to engage into this. So what is he gonna do? He's just gonna go right on top of Trap's face. A recall on this Nexus, but that might not be the best place to recall, if I'm being honest. The Chargelets try to come in, the Immortals try to get a bit of a flank, and they do a bit of damage, but all of those tanks sieging up in synchronization will completely obliterate the Protoss army.
Like, the surround was nice from Trap, and he did as best he could, but there just wasn't enough there. There wasn't enough army, and just like that, the third base of Trap goes down. 19 probes as well. And how does Trap engage into this? Like, he can't. Again, he's trying to get first round.
He's trying to flank. Yeah, trying to go first round, trying to go for a flank, but caught out by a couple of reinforcements of SpeCial. Meanwhile, SpeCial continuing to apply pressure, waiting for Trap to just pop.
Oh yeah, and even with these Cyclones, he's able to pick off more and more of these Immortals, able to shave off that count.
Battery overcharge was such the MVP there. The Chargers trying to come in, but they do get melted by the tanks. GG is called, and SpeCial will keep that Terran hope alive.
Wow. And SpeCial, like, this is the beginning of the comeback. Like, he was down 0-2. He finally puts a point on the board, and he's got to take one more win to make it to that ace match.
Man, oh man.
And yeah, that was great. Honestly, I feel like that mech style, I imagine it works best on a map like Eternal Empire. Like, it is, we didn't get to mention it, but we always do. It's the largest map in the map pool. It's the most macro of all maps, right? I feel like that's really a map where that kind of style can excel. And yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna work on the next map. Like, we've worked through quite a number of them. I wonder if Submarine or Golden Wall snuck through the vetoes.
I think the one map we haven't seen tonight is Pills of Gold. Correct me if I'm wrong. Trying to think back to the first series that we casted tonight.
Yeah, I didn't think we saw it. Yeah.
But here we are. Speaking of the devil.
Yep, speak of the devil, we are going to be loading in to Pillars of Gold.
LE.
Is that you turning on the air conditioner?
Turning it off.
Ah,
I'm getting cold.
Yes, take care of yourself, Yaku. I know that you were, you had a bit of a runny nose earlier, so yeah, take care.
You too.
As this, no, it is not. And as this is the first semifinals, as a reminder, we will have a PvP semifinals between Stats and Hurricane after this, followed by the grand finals themselves.
And will it be a PvP or a TvP? That's for this series to decide, potentially for this map to decide, as we are going to be loading in onto Pillars of Gold, LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. We have the blue Protoss player coming down from the land of South Korea. Again, one more map, and he makes it to the finals, making it a PvP. Representing Generic Remix Jaguar, we have Trap.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold, LE, we have the Mexican Terran player, the red Terran currently representing Team Exxon. It is SpeCial. Oh boy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was half expecting a proxy on this map from SpeCial.
Oh, well, you were expecting a proxy. I'm expecting a bit of a rush from either player.
True.
Pillars of Gold, you can do that. It is one of the shorter rush distances, definitely by land, especially.
Yeah,
Just a straight line across the map.
It definitely is. It doesn't take much. Oh.
Yeah, SpeCial is actually skipping the Reaper, at least for now.
Yeah, interesting. Especially since the previous games he has gone for pretty heavy Reaper openers. But yeah, skipping them entirely here. Oh,
well,
there we go.
Be using that. All right, just wanted to make sure he could chase away the probe. I feel that scouting probe can be very annoying.
Yeah, especially a little bit paranoid. He's double checking, making sure there's nothing hidden there in the third base location, getting that first Marine out, and yeah, followed by the eventual Reaper.
Yeah, and I guess it's I don't know. I feel like you can get away with this though if you're SpeCial, especially if you know your opponent's trap, right? Like, if they are not proxying, they're probably not going to be hiding too much tech. They're probably playing standard back at home. So if you delay a Reaper for a bit, you should be fine. You can still get some scouting information out.
Should is the key word here. We'll see as SpeCial.
We'll see.
Yeah, he does have his Reaper out, and he will be looking to try and go for that scout. And at the moment, there's nothing to really stop him. The Adept will be out in time, and we'll see if SpeCial is able to spot that Stargate. Oh god, oh god.
He is currently getting blocked by the Adept, and the Reaper gets taken out once again. No scouting information here. That's why I said should, Light.
Yeah.
That's why I said should.
That's why I emphasized the should. Oh god.
And the Adept making it in.
And just like that, Trap, he's the one who is able to get all the scouting information with the Adept. He spots everything in the main base, even sees the CC hidden in the back. Almost got away.
Almost, yeah. But not quite. We have another Adept make its way up here.
Yeah.
Once again, just trying to be as annoying as possible.
Yep, he's able to pick off the Marine. He maybe even like go toe-to-toe with this Hellion, but two more Marines pop out just in time to push away the Adept. And again, the important part is that the Stargate never got spotted. So yeah, that first Oracle is already on the way. And SpeCial defensively, he is working on a Cyclone. Will it be done in time for the first Oracle though? That's the big question. Oh god.
No, it will not.
Yeah, and all the Marines got picked off as well. Oh, okay, there's two more left.
And what were you saying, like? We were expecting aggression on this map. Trap with the reinforcing pylon. Oracle having an absolute field day right now.
Yeah.
That Cyclone still a little bit of a ways off. This is just an SCV buffet for this Oracle.
Just like that, 4 SCVs went down, a bunch of lost mining time as well as everything was forced off the line for SpeCial. He eventually did get that Cyclone out, and with that Cyclone he was able to push away the first Oracle, but now a second Oracle is joining the fray.
And this is what worries me, Light. Look at Lock On.
Yeah, he's got wasted.
On that pylon, trapped with the 1 billion IQ.
Yeah. Exactly, like that's why Trap threw it down. He knew that the Cyclone was gonna come out and the Lock-On was gonna be wasted. And there it is.
There we have it. A very quick not ace match, but match point game. And it was a really good run, Light. But in the end, we are gonna have to cast 2 PvPs to end off the evening.
Oh yeah, GG and Trap, he dismantled SpeCial there in that final game. Like that was, oh god, you could really feel for him. SpeCial, nothing was really going his way. The Reaper didn't get a scat off. The Adept was able to shave off so many Marines that when the Oracle the unscattered Oracle came in, there wasn't that much anti-air. The lock-on was used on the pylon. Like, oh god, it just... It kind of fell apart there, and Trap showing us why he is one of the best Protosses in the world, able to advance to the finals.
Yeah, he will be advancing to the finals, where he will face Stats, as our admin will now update us that Hurricane had to forfeit.
Yes, he did, and we were talking about it earlier in the broadcast, as of course this event does clash, or it does coincide with the Chinese Gold Team League, sorry, the Gold Series Team Championship, I should say. Yeah. And I do believe, as I quickly double check, Hurricane, he is competing in that.
There we have it. I know we do have a lot of Hurricane fans in the chat, though, so if you are interested... Wardy's casting that, right?
He is.
Wardy will be casting that over on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Twitch.tv/WardyTV.
Exactly, yeah, we do have a couple of players, a couple of teams competing over there. Team LP, which is, you know, Hurricane and Patience's team, currently playing against KaiZ Gaming. So, yeah, they are currently competing.
Ooh, Hurricane's up against Time.
Ooh, that he is. So, you know, we wish them the best of luck. It's a bit of a shame that the 2 events clash, but this does happen on a weekly basis. It's a bit of a shame. But that does mean that we are getting straight into our grand final.